and to become conscious and aware of parasites and what they are and what they do to us. And it's very important to know how to remove them from our everyday lives. It's good to see everyone. It's class. It's time for all of us to gather around and learn about parasites and learn about our bodies, to learn about our everyday lives. It's a very important message. Today, I'm grateful for everyone that's coming on this very powerful message today. Please take a moment to kindly put a like on this video. It's going to help so many people find this information. They're going to find this video. It's going to help improve their lives, and that's what this channel and that's what this video is all about. Especially now in the world that we live in. Our world has been changing, and it's continuing to change. And when we peel back and we realize that we have to take ownership of the world and the way that life is. We're learning about parasites. We're learning about how to improve ourselves. This channel is about improving ourselves physically, mentally, and spiritually. We talk about firsthand experience. We just share about our journeys, and it's really important to get this message out to the world. So it's good to see everyone. Do you deal with parasites in your everyday life? We have a lot in store in today's video. We got the lesson plan right here. We're going to talk about symptoms that you might get if you come across parasites. We're going to talk about maybe how they can get inside. We're going to talk about what are they actually doing to your energy? We're going to be talking about common remedies of how to remove parasites from your life. We're going to learn just for your overall health, but not only are you eating, the parasites are eating too. Or not only are you trying to pull in energy, parasites are parasiting off of your energy. We're going to talk about maybe even people in your everyday life that might be parasites. Do you deal with that in your life? Let us know in the chat right now. And we're going to talk about even weird supernatural parasites. We're going to talk about all different parasites today. We're going to talk about all the rainbow warriors today. Maureen writes, press and delete the block button. Oh, yeah, you guys are great. You guys know. The Backroads knows to sage it out. Maybe you need to sage out your area. But we're going to be talking about a lot of different parasites in the world. They take part of our lives. And you might be saying to yourself, I want to run like a well-oiled machine. Yeah, I think it's a good idea that each and every one of you write a well-oiled machine in the chat right now. So everyone wants to run like a well-oiled machine. And, when we have all these, little gunks and all this stuff that throws us off our path, we're not running efficiently. And that's really important, too. You want to be efficient on your journey. We all want to run efficiently. So please put a like on the video. It will actually help this video run efficiently as well. It's got to stay hydrated. Yes, very important to stay hydrated, especially in this time. One of the ways to actually help the removal of parasites is drinking a lot of crystal clear water. And, it's very difficult in the now world. Think about it. In the now world, isn't it very difficult to get some clean water? We're going to be talking about fake sugars as well. Do you know about fake sugars? We got to watch out for fake sugars. These are the things. There's different ways of dealing with all different types of parasites. And we want to do these things efficiently. We want to make ourselves healthy. And we want to learn, say, what does the parasite actually like to eat? Put down the Chips Ahoy. Put down the Chips Ahoy. So we have a lot in store. This is a very information-packed video today. It's really important that when we are raising our vibrational frequency, and before I get into this message, when you raise your vibrational frequency, Opportunistic pathogens cannot take harbor in this type of environment. So once again, opportunistic pathogens cannot take harbor, means they're just chilling out all day long for even years, when you are a higher vibrational environment, because you actually are, think about that, you actually are the environment for these parasites. And they could be little microscopic parasites, or they could be big, ginormous parasites. Energy vampires. We're going to talk about those as well. So we gave everyone enough time to get on this very powerful live stream. If you haven't done so already, please put a like on this video. It's so helpful so that others will find this message. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel. If you stumbled across this video because you're learning about parasites and you're new to the channel, we do daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time every single day. We have a lot of information to get out to the world. This is growing every single day. It's a very powerful community and channel. So please subscribe to the channel. Click the bell next to subscribe and select all. Sometimes we do 2 days. Does anyone know what today is? I'll be coming back on tonight. So don't go anywhere. We have a very powerful day ahead of us. If you'd like to join our Patreon, the next Zoom meeting that we hold on Patreon, I am going to go even into further detail about what we're discussing today and throughout the week. So, we like to do a lot of, recaps on the channel. So Friday night is one of those. And then we also have more information on Patreon, and we meet on Patreon as well to go even in further detail. We have a lot of 2 and 3 hour videos on Patreon. We have a lot to share. There's so much in the world that we're breaking down right now. And if you'd like to support the channel and the work, there is a link at the pinned comment. Detoxing parasites, right? Removing what is stealing your life force energy, right? It's stealing your life force energy. So it's really important that you want to detox parasites. Your digestive system could be off. You have a lot of symptoms. So when we think about parasites, what are the symptoms that we could get? We could get headaches, fatigue, increased anxiety, depression, brain fog, many different types of chronic health problems, even bloating in the midsection. And a lot of us in this world right now, we're dealing with a lot of parasites that are overrun all different types of people. Think about if you've been drinking tap water. Have you been eating questionable food? Think about that. We could all critique our food and what do we eat and what are we doing? So, a lot of people that drink tap water or eat questionable food, 9 out of 10 people, isn't that crazy? 9 out of 10 people can be infected with parasites. So, it's really important. Don't be afraid of this. Is actually, it's really in the world that we live in right now, it's actually a very common thing. But we're learning how to get rid of these things. A lot of mainstream, say, medicine or literature won't tell you about them. Heck, people might even gaslight you, right? So think about this. You have chronic anxiety, right? You're feeling depressed, and, it could be a parasite that's causing it. And we'll talk about big parasites that could cause it mentally as well. Do you know about the big parasites, the energy vampires in your life? So people actually might gaslight you about this. So we have to raise awareness. You could write it in the chat right now. We're raising awareness about parasites and what it causes for most people. Most symptoms of parasites are similar to common health issues. Parasites, they're in the intestines, right? That's actually probably the number one place. However, they can travel to other tissues of the body. Isn't that interesting? So parasites can travel to other tissues of the body, and it could be creating inflammation or swelling in that area. So these, parasites can be messing up the tissue of the body, even if it's not in the intestines or the stomach. Annette Klein, thank you so much for the support. 1111, beautiful. Thank you, Annette. Annette writes, thank you for bringing this out to the open, Michael. My family thinks I'm nuts. LOL. Yeah, Annette, it's that's why I'm the defender of our everyday lives. Maybe people will they will gaslight you because of this. So you have to just go on your own at this point. So it's my honor to do this. Sharon, thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you're always here. Thank you, Sharon. Use Paragard 10 days and then off 10 days. I guess they're really coming out, Sharon. I love you, Sharon. Thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate you. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that we have to be aware of. Remember, focus on the message. Awareness is the precursor to change. Once again, awareness is the precursor to change. So let's say you're not aware of something. Well, you don't know how to change it. So we're raising awareness. When we become aware, then we can make the changes that we need to get better. Okay? Please put a like on the video if you're ready to become aware. You're becoming aware of parasites. You're becoming aware that you could make yourself feeling a lot better. We all got to get a lot better right now. We're all getting aware, and we're raising awareness. We're getting better. And don't worry about gaslighting on your everyday life. We'll talk about that later. You know, parasites is stealing your energy. And when parasites is stealing your energy, you are not your powerful, authentic self. When parasites are stealing your energy, you are not your authentic, powerful self. So you know, we talk about becoming on this channel, we talk about becoming the person we came here to be. You might not be feeling like yourself. You know, you might be feeling bloated, you might be feeling sluggish, you're getting the brain fog, you don't want to get out of bed. You don't feel like doing anything. You don't feel motivated. That's why I'm making this message for all of you. It's time to get up. Are the lions in the chat? You let me know. Michelle Blum, thank you so much for that, Michelle. I appreciate you, Michelle. So it's time to get up. We're getting our brothers and sisters up off the mat right now. Get up off the mat. So we want to become the powerful, authentic selves that we actually are. And, you know, we want to have our body run like a well-oiled machine. We have to remember that in the world, it is just the way of the world right now. And it actually always has been. But as we're going through worldly changes, you know, the frequency of the world is changing. Things are coming up. We're dealing with all different things we've never seen before. Like even on my journey, I'm dealing with some issues that I've never really had to deal with before. You know, a lot of people are dealing with issues in the liver, in the stomach, right? Well, a lot of things we've never dealt with before. Where do they come from? But it's really important that we are focused, and you know what? We are all becoming teachers, because when we overcome, we can help others as well. And you know, it's really important to make improvements. And so what are things that we could do to really you know, keep us healthy, keep us running? Harley Ray knows. Keep us running like a well-oiled machine. Do you want to run like a well-oiled machine? That's why you're here. And please put a like on this video if you're here to run like a well-oiled machine. So you could have raw garlic and beets, right? Raw garlic and beets. And sometimes, you know what? Think about this. You know, you might eat things and you could say, oh, I mean, like you want to eat for taste. We are now in a time period where we can't just only eat for taste. And think about it too. I want you to really focus. Sometimes when we eat for taste, when you're craving those delicious glazed donuts, are you craving all the sugars and all these other things? Well, the parasite is actually either leaching chemicals or leaving a signal to you so that you have these weird cravings. And the more you get rid of these parasites, yeah, the appetite might go away. You might not be, you know, oh, I have to eat all this. I got to have all these, you know, things that, you know, maybe aren't the best for us. It's very interesting, right? they feed off these things that actually aren't so good for us, and you don't want to crave these things any longer. So raw garlic and beets, raw honey and papaya seeds, tremendous. Black walnut hull. Black walnut hull, if it's all ground up, you could just throw it in a smoothie, right? And you get the black walnut hull and you just eat it. And you know what? Again, some of these things, it might not be, you're not going to go out and say, oh, gee willikers, I want to eat some black walnut hull. That doesn't really come to our mind right away. But, when we have awareness, again, awareness is the precursor to change. So, maybe some black walnut hull and maybe some blue salts. Let me just drink a second. Hold on a second. And blue salts can help, maybe making an environment that is not so welcoming for parasites. You don't want to have an environment, focus on the message. You don't want to have an environment that is, a welcoming. Well, welcome. You don't want to be like, welcome, parasites. Come on in. Come on. Say, get out of here. Say, not today, serpents. Get out of here. So we want to eat a diet. And again, this is common everyday life stuff. We want to eat a diet that's free of refined sugars and grains, actually. Yeah, so if you really want to get rid of, you stay focused, what are these parasites really eating? You want to stay away from refined sugars, right? So any of these processed, delicious things that you might, you might have to put the glazed donuts down, the chocolate chip cookies down, the ice cream down. So refined sugars and grains, and grains actually. It's funny. I always talk about my good friend and chiropractor, Dr. Ray, and Dr. Ray used to go to the gym with me, and it was funny because now I reflect on, he had like this. They said like an allergy, and Dr. Ray said I get rid of all my grains, and me and another friend, we used to tease Dr. Ray, and we say, yeah, we're going to get big. We're going to throw all our grains away. No more grains. But, now it makes sense. And I love you, Dr. Ray. Yeah, check out Ray Bartoli. He's tremendous. But a lot of people, when we reflect on our lives, I used to joke around with that, but he stopped eating grains for a long period of time, and now when I think about it, it actually makes sense. So we were like, throw the grains away, get rid of the grains. But refined sugar, that we definitely all know, and maybe even grains. So think about when we have a lot of swelling and inflammation. That could actually be caused with a parasite. So some people, you might think it's like arthritis, but all of these, even in the joints, this arthritis, they say, oh, you have like a, the grains or the sugars. Well, maybe these parasites are feeding off the refined sugars and grains. So it's important, right? So not only to eat healthy, what you're putting in, but what you're not putting in, right? So elimination, like an elimination diet, for example, on your journey, you want to, it's trial and error right now. So you have to make your own decisions. But maybe you say, you know what? I've been having, sugars. I'm eating too many sweets, for example. Maybe you need to, stop the grains for a little bit of time. That's up to you. So it's important to, think about these things. So you got your raw garlic and beets, you got your raw honey and papaya seeds, you got your black walnut hull, and you got your blue salts. And again, you could go out there, you do the research, you figure out what you like and what you don't like. So in 2023, there's all different types of weird parasites. This world is changing by the second. So even like the stuff that, we thought we knew about in the past, there's even more weird stuff. Is the world getting weird? Let me know in the chat right now. I got to stay hydrated. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay hydrated during this time. There's all weird parasites out there. You know, they could even be like the supernatural. Like, think about anything right now. So you really have to be, you know, careful and conscious about everything. You know, this is what we have to do right now. We have to go out, maybe get the purified water, not the tap water. It's honestly, it's really, you know, a lot of this is common stuff, but we have to become aware of everything. You know, they could even have make-believe parasites, you know? Imagine like in a world, right, where they just like, let's make it up, they have parasites that eat metals and stuff, right? Like we talked about heavy metal detox for years, right? I have a world famous cilantro video. Did you ever see my my world famous cilantro video? Yeah, it's on the channel page. You know, imagine like there could be parasites that eat metal. You want to get all the metals out of your body. You know, it's crazy what we, you know, are intaking on a daily basis. You know, we've been talking about all these things, you know, heavy metal detox. So many people, and you could go on YouTube, so many people talk about heavy metal detox smoothies, right? How do you make a heavy metal detox smoothie? Again, this is just, you could go to anyone that shares about this. There's so many different things. But remember, awareness is the precursor to change. Food is thy medicine. Jeff H knows food is thy medicine. Makes you powerful, baby. Yeah, food. You could write it in the chat right now. Food is thy medicine. You know, on my journey, you know, I used to, you know, prepare for bodybuilding shows for a few years ago. I learned about dieting, you know, and again, we have to even go beyond that. This diet, the food, it's not only just getting shredded, you know, getting muscles and getting shredded, but it's actually just, you know, really improving our everyday lives. Food is thy medicine. Yeah, let's get it rolling in the chat right now. It's true. It's true. And that's how we're all taking back our power. So, you know, cilantro is tremendous to throw in the diet every once in a while. I had the video, it's still up there, the cilantro hummus, tremendous. So I got to get back to making the cilantro hummus right now. You know, my world is shook all around right now, but we're going to keep going, you know, but the cilantro hummus is good. Yeah, you got to watch out. And you got to watch out for the big, ginormous zombie parasites. Yeah, the zombie parasites that live in your brain. You actually might see them or come across them in your everyday life, right? It looks like a person, but it's actually called a narcissist, right? We talk about mental health on this channel as well. Do you know about the zombie parasites that go about your journey, and they actually, they don't even pay rent, but they live in your brain, in your thoughts. Do you know about the zombie parasites? And they want you to feed them with your attention. So just like we cut off the source for the parasites, right, the little critter parasites, we also have to cut off the source for the zombie type parasites that are, you know, like it's also known as a narcissist. Cut off the attention, right? So when you cut off the attention, it's the currency of the universe. Narcissists feed off of attention, just say how parasites feed off of sugar and grains or whatever else. So you want to cut off that source and cut off the source. Go cold turkey. Cut these people out of your everyday lives. You could write it in the chat. Oh, look at that. The Nature Boy's here. Thank you so much. We're going one up right now, Nature Boy. I love you. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people, cayenne peppers, the chat is rolling right now. Important, you know, a lot of these spicy things, they help to kill out. Have a, you know, if you like spicy food, some people love spicy food. That's what it's all about. Yeah, there's a lot of spice. So this is the important stuff that we have to, no, these are my, I appreciate that, Marg. I actually don't think they are. Maybe it's just the way that they come up on the camera. I don't think they're that, but thank you. Sherry, sometimes the IBS, when it comes like, so sometimes we want to remove a lot of things out. It's a good cleanse. You know, on my journey, I actually, I did some, I don't do it all the time, but I did, please put a like on the video if you're learning something new. celery juice in the rising. And that made me go, the celery juice. You ever have the celery juice? So the celery juice is actually good once in a while. And there's all different types of things. But again, awareness is the precursor to change. Any one of these things, we learn about these things and then we become conscious. So a lot of times, even on my journey, this was, again, I'm a man of routines and rituals. This is what I need to eat, right? I was getting in shape. I eat this, right? Got to burn fat. And I wasn't thinking about all these other things. But then I became aware of all these other things. And then I took my diet to the next level. And now we're kind of like all under attack right now. And Tanya, it's good to see you. Yeah. It's important. I'm gonna call Ray later. I don't know if the chat is lagging a little bit though. Yeah, cabbage is great. Lewis Ray writes, cabbage. Yeah, you got to watch out. Yeah, so that's what I said. If you're just tuning in, listen, critique your own everyday life. I have critiqued my own life. I said, oh, I did this, I did that. Have you drank a lot of tap water or eaten any questionable food? I'm reading the chat right now. Have you done any of these things? Remember, there's a major change of frequency that's happening in the world right now. So we're seeing all these weird, things pop up. We see weird bugs popping up. We see weird people popping up. And that's a parasite as well. People that want to feed off your energy, your attention. So someone wrote it in the chat, learn the block button. Learn the block button. There's parasitic people in your everyday life. Learn the block button. Put it in the chat right now. Block and delete. They just pop up, and there they go. But all of these things are real. And that's why on this channel, we have to remember, what is emotion? It's energy in motion. So we have to have the Triforce. Remember the Triforce? Physically, mentally, and spiritually. There's spiritual parasites out. Did you know? You can't even, some people are able to see them. Are you able to see this? And they're like, some people see people have attachments, like these weird, like spiritual attachments. Isn't that crazy? I don't see these things. I just hear them from other people. People have spiritual attachments as well. Mountain Goddess writes, get off Facebook. It helps get rid of parasites. How do we get rid of parasites? So we could have raw garlic, black walnut, don't have sugar, and get off Facebook. Get off Facebook. Oh, it's failing by the day, Light Warriors. Yeah, it's failing by the day. Yeah, a lot of people, the chat is blown. If you're here to improve your life, if you're enjoying this, please put a like on this video. I am so grateful for all of your support. I put this together today. I feel it's a very important message for all people at this time. For all people at this time. Because it is important to be conscious and aware. Be conscious and aware of all the things. So what is the whole aspect of a parasite? It's siphoning off your energy. And there's people, right? Mental health, right? People that are narcissists. Do you know narcissists in your everyday life? And they try to get in your, they're taking up, they don't even pay rent. They're taking up space in your thoughts. They're taking up space in your brain. Get rid of them. Just like you get rid of any parasite. Are they taking up space in your brain and your thoughts? Do you feel like weird in your, right? And then sometimes when we have the anxiety, depression from that, it actually makes, so now your environment is lower vibration, and then these parasites want to take up harbor in this type of environment. Did the lights just flicker? That's weird. It's crazy what's going on right now. The chat's going by fast. I was trying to read something. It's gone. Faith New Earth writes, let go and let God. Yeah, we have to let go of people, things, and situations in the end days. Did you know it's the end days? You could let us know. We're seeing the weird things. We're seeing weird, bugs. We're seeing weird people. And who knows? Remember, biblically, this is a biblical time period. And they said men's hearts will fail them for fear. Can you imagine the spiritual things we're about to see? The frequency is changing. So all of a sudden, these things are rising up, right? Is all of a sudden you say, oh, I never saw this before. Where did this come from? So we have to critique these things. We have to critique ourselves, right? And think about, there could be people, or it could be a subconscious program. Remember, sometimes we have thoughts that aren't even ours. Did you know that? You could let me know in the chat right now. Sometimes we have thoughts that aren't even ours. Go back to the physical parasite, right? They could be in your body, and they give you a craving to eat some food or do something. That thought's not even, the parasite is giving you this feeling. You got to do X, Y, and Z. Eat this, right? Because they want to get this food so they could eat and grow more. And they're living out of you, right? I mean, you ever hear about tapeworms and stuff like that? It siphons all the energy out of you. People could do the same thing. Do you know people that siphon your life force energy? Tanya Dow writes, zombie parasites, yeah. It's like, what's going on? They're siphoning your energy away. So just like you cut out the refined sugar, you cut out the junk food, you pull the heavy metals out of your body, well, you stop the attention. You're not an open book for everyone to, just steal. I know my empaths are out there. Are my empaths in the house? You are an educated empath right now. You could write educated empath in the comments. Are you an educated empath? Because people will try to siphon your energy away. Energy stealers, yeah. Energy vampires. And they're doing these things to try to siphon your life force energy. It's your attention. So now you're spending hours, right? And day after day, hours. They're in your head. They're siphoning it. Instead of creating your own life, you will spend the day creating someone else's. Did you ever hear that video on someone's channel? It was on Our Everyday Lives. Did you ever, Our Everyday Lives? Focus on that. That's your thoughts. That's your attention. So get them the heck out of your everyday life. Otherwise, you will spend the day creating somebody else's life. They'll be siphoning off your energy, giving them your attention, and all of a sudden you're lost. All of a sudden you're lost. And spiritually, right? A lot of people are spiritually lost. They see these creatures on the TV. They say, oh, these creatures, the false idols. Do you know about the false idols? Infinity love is a well-oiled machine. That's what we have to be in the now moment. This is a very difficult time period. I'm not saying that it's easy. And that's why awareness is the precursor to change. What are the changes that you're going to make in your everyday life? Write them in the comments. Critique yourself. Everyone's different. Do you eat a lot of refined sugars? Are you going to stop that? Are you going to eat maybe, something that resonates? What about your life? Are you reflecting on your life? You say, oh, this person, he or she is siphoning my energy away. They're bothering me. And other people speak about, you have to realize this, right? Narcissistic abuse is one of the number one causes of disease, right? It's mental health awareness. Put mental health awareness in the chat right now. Put them in the comments. Mental health awareness, right? Narcissistic abuse is one of the number one causes of disease, right? Your stomach's all thrown off. right? You're having anxiety. It's the same symptoms. Again, the same symptoms. Whether it's a itty bitty parasite causing you anxiety, depression, or it's a big zombie parasite that's bothering you, causing anxiety, depression. What if it's a spiritual creature attachment thing that's causing anxiety and depression? So that's what, this is all about. It's becoming aware of these things, and we have to get rid of them. Changing subconscious programs. John Lomax, thank you so much for the support, John. John writes, hate, anger, and shame are vibrational parasites. Thank you, John. And yes, shame is the lowest state of consciousness. So you got to be real focused on shame. Think about the world. Think about your everyday life. Are there people trying to shame you? Do you see shame? Can you see the shame out there? Look for shame. Get rid of shame. Don't tolerate shame. That's how you get rid of parasites. Don't tolerate shame. They try to shame you. They think, I know better than you. You ever get these people, I know better than you? I even see it on my channel, right? That's fine. You make the video. You do a better job, right? You're so much, but you know the right way. I don't. So you but they can't do it. But what can they do? They siphon your attention out. They got to get out of the way. Write it in the chat right now. Get out of the way. Serpents, get out of the way. We have to get up off the mat right now. We have to take ownership of what's going on right now. That's why, listen, this spiritual war, right? It's not about being on out there, here comes the bomb, here comes the shoot. There's none of that. It's on a different plane of existence, right? It's in the mind, it's in the spirit. We have to take ownership of these things. You ever hear about the frog in the pot? It's happening right now. Did you ever hear about the frog in the pot? A frog in the pot. Yeah. That's what they're doing right now. The frog in the pot. If you don't know about the frog in the pot, if you take the frog and you want to cook the frog, you put the frog in the boiling water, whoop! That frog jumps right out of the pot. But if you put the frog in the pot and you just put on the heat a little bit and slowly turn up the heat, then that frog is done. It's cooked. That's what they're doing to our people. The frog in the pot. Slowly and slowly and slowly. There's a lot of, people that are struggling right now. All of us are. Listen, even myself, I have been dealing with things I've never. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. Write it in the comments. We are all in this together. And that's why this is an important message. Whether we remove parasites from our body, whether we remove, the narcissist parasite from our everyday lives, and remove those scary spiritual boogeyman parasites from the spiritual realm. Do you know about the parasites in the spiritual realm? Those attachments, the implants, listen, all of these things are the same. Sometimes you hear about spiritual implants. Isn't that kind of like a parasite? Stay hydrated, son. We're all in this together. So that's what we have to focus on. We have to stay focused on what's going on in the world. Bye-bye, boogeyman. I love the comments. Yeah. Patriot Pam knows. Yeah, look at the chat is blowing up right now. Get the chat going with the lines again. Because that's what we all have to do. We have to take ownership. And I read the comments before. That's a weird, but think about it. You go out, try to cook your own food. Try to prepare your own food. You go out to eat sometime. Listen, they say, oh, this place was, it's a rating or whatever they do, and it's clean. Have you eaten questionable food? You never know. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy what's going on out there. I love this chat. It's great. We have to be on high alert right now, yeah. That's interesting, yeah. Yeah. So it is important. So, think about the things that you can do, especially in this world right now, in the now moment. Parasites or this energy, parasitical. Just focus on that. What is draining your energy? That's what I want you to focus on from this video today. What is draining your energy? I mean, it could be an actual parasite in the stomach, in the joints, even in the joints. That's crazy, right? What we need, right? So we talked about all these things, right? You could eat, high vibrational foods that can destroy them. You could get out in the sunlight. Get out in the sunlight. Get the sun, get the light in the body. Get the light in the body. You ever look at it? Get the light in the body. It's going to help you. And what we need is for, our beautiful minds that are out there to research frequencies. Where am I? So frequency research. And I thought of this example, and this can happen. I spoke about this. Some of you know about a certain frequency, right? You ever see a glass, and the singer sings, oh, and the glass shatters. The frequencies that could remove parasites. There's frequencies for everything. So I want you to think about rodents in a house. Some of you know about this, like houses. Some houses have this high-pitched, bing, like this high-pitched sound, and it's supposed to get rodents away from the house. They don't like this high-pitched sound. Do you know about it? Does anyone actually use that? Right? I've actually passed by houses. I could actually hear this. I could hear the high-pitched sound. But they have these devices, right? And they have these frequencies that the frequency doesn't allow the rodent to come in the house. So you don't want mice in your house, right? You don't want rats in your house, for example. They put the frequency on, bing, and then the rodents go away. The rodents don't want to go there. Well, we can get frequencies. That's what we want to do for ourselves as well, right? So your temple is your home. You want to have a nice home, right? Well, this is also your temple. So we got to bing. We got to get the frequencies. So we want an environment that the parasites don't like. That's why on my journey, like some people, sometimes I'm a little tough, right? I'm a little tough, a little rough around the edges. But you could see how the parasites, they don't take up harbor. You can't be the doormat. You're not here to be someone's doormat. You're not here to be the parasite's doormat. Joe Piscopo, that was part of the teaching. Fair but firm. Fair but firm. Now we teach the teachers, Joe Piscopo. I love you, Joe. We're not anyone's doormat. You're not the parasite's doormat. You're not the narcissist's doormat. I'm preaching today, Kenny, right? We're not the parasite's doormat. We're not the narcissist's doormat. Get them the heck out of your everyday life. It's important that we stay focused on this. I hope this message resonates with you. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. So let's get a conscious effort today. I'm grateful for everyone that shares this video. Link out there, put the hashtag detox on it. Let's detox everything from our everyday lives. Parasites, narcissists, everything. Get them out, right? Get them out. Get them all out. So I love you all. I'm grateful for all your support, sharing. I will be back on tonight for Friday Night Live. Don't go anywhere. Ireland's going on next. She's going to be talking about more topics that you could use to improve your everyday life. If you really enjoyed this message today, this will be a main part of our next meeting on Patreon. We could all join in. The link is in the description if you'd like to participate on Patreon. We have some very powerful meetings on Patreon. The link is in the description. Keep sharing, keep growing, never stop, never give in, and just keep going. I am the defender of our everyday lives. Victory of the light. That was a good one, right? We got a lot of information today, right? It's a lot of information. If you missed the beginning, please rewatch the video. Flood this video with comments today. What are you going to do? What are the changes you're going to do? What are you experiencing? Listen, I'm experiencing things. What are you experiencing as well? Are you experiencing any of these crazy symptoms in the past year? It's crazy what's going on out there. I love you all. Bye for now.